It was just another dusty morning in the highlands of Colorado, quiet, serene, and unforgiving. The sky, painted in shades of rose and gold, gave no warning of the storm that was about to descend. Not just a storm of wind and snow, but a storm that would change one man's life forever. Jamal Turner had no idea that this trek, which began as a personal journey of healing, would end up altering his destiny. He wasn't a man of luxury. He had no riches, no fame, and no one waiting for him at home. He was a 38-year-old former Marine, a skilled mechanic, and a man who had suffered more than his fair share of loss. After the death of his mother, the only person who truly understood him, Jamal had sold what he had and set off on foot. Not to run away, but to find something, peace perhaps, or purpose. He carried a weathered backpack, a sleeping bag, and an old photograph of his mother tucked inside a Bible she'd given him as a child. That was all he had, and that was all he needed. It was on the third day of his solo trek through the San Juan Mountains when he heard it, a sound too unnatural to be wind, a faint groan. At first, he paused, unsure. Then it came again, weaker, barely audible. Without hesitation, Jamal followed the sound, scaling a rocky incline until he found the source, a man half buried beneath snow and rock, clearly injured and fading fast. Blood matted the side of his face, his arm was bent unnaturally, and one leg was pinned under a boulder. Jamal dropped to his knees beside the man. His instincts kicked in. He didn't ask who the man was or how he got there. He didn't care about race, wealth, or status. He only saw another human being in desperate need. With strong, steady hands, Jamal freed the man's leg, stabilized the arm, gave him water, and wrapped him in his own jacket. The man could barely speak. He murmured fragments of his name, Elliot Ward. He kept begging Jamal not to leave him. Jamal didn't. He built a shelter from branches and tarp, boiled snow for water, shared his food, and stayed by Elliot's side through a freezing night in the mountains. In the morning, Jamal found a small emergency beacon strapped to Elliot's gear. He activated it, praying someone would find them. They stayed like that for 3 days. Jamal nursed the stranger through fever, pain, and fear. And when the rescue helicopter finally came, it was Jamal who carried Elliot to the pickup point, shielding him from the wind. As Elliot was loaded into the chopper, he grabbed Jamal's hand. "You saved my life, man," he whispered. "I won't forget you." Jamal just nodded, shouldered his pack, and walked back into the woods. Back in Atlanta weeks later, Jamal resumed his life the best he could. He lived in a cramped apartment, took odd jobs, and kept mostly to himself. The world kept moving, and so did he, quietly, humbly, alone. Then one morning, a sleek black car rolled up outside his building. A man in a tailored suit stepped out and called his name, Mr. Turner. Mr. Ward would like a word. Jamal frowned. "Elliot?" "Yes," the man said. "Elliot Ward." The name still meant little to Jamal. He remembered the wounded man he saved, nothing more. The man in the suit smiled. "He's not just any man. He's the CEO of Ward Global Holdings." Still, Jamal didn't grasp the weight of those words until he was flown by private jet to New York City, taken to a penthouse high above the skyline. It was there, in that sunlit room with floor-to-ceiling windows, that Jamal saw him again. Elliot, alive, healed, and smiling. "I told you I wouldn't forget," Elliot said. "You didn't ask who I was. You didn't care. You just helped. That kind of man is rare, and I want to repay you." Jamal raised a hand. "I don't want your money, man," Elliot laughed. "Good, because I'm not giving you money. I'm offering you purpose." He slid a folder across the table. Inside, there was a business license, the deed to a large garage in Atlanta, a bank account seeded with startup funds, and a title that read, Jamal Turner Auto Engineering, built on integrity. "I know you're a mechanic," Elliot said. "Now you'll own one of the finest custom shops in the state. No strings, just gratitude." Jamal was stunned. It took him a long moment to speak. "Why me?" Elliot looked him dead in the eye. "Because you reminded me what it means to be human. You gave me life. I want to help you live yours to the fullest." Jamal returned to Atlanta a changed man. Not because of wealth, but because someone had believed in him. He opened the shop and filled it with purpose. He hired veterans who needed work, trained teenagers who needed direction, and treated every customer with the dignity they deserved. Within 2 years, Jamal Turner Auto Engineering became more than a business. It became a symbol of hope, a place where broken things were made whole again. Not just cars, but people too. And every month, Elliot Ward visited, not as a billionaire, but as a friend.